Hey there, here we are at Finished Vehicle Logistics North America in Huntington Beach. I'm here with Ray Mikiciuk, Senior Vice President of Sales for Volkswagen Group of America. Now Ray, as the title says, you're responsible for sales at Volkswagen, and here you are at a vehicle logistics conference. Tell me a little bit about why this has become more of a priority for you.
Yeah, with our inventories being depleted so much, both the customer and our dealers have a heightened awareness of how we're getting the cars, when we're getting the cars, how it's happening, and then trying to get a better understanding of the various log jams that are happening throughout all the logistics function and supply chain issues throughout all industries, but especially the auto industry. So I figured I might learn something, and you guys invited me to speak, so I thought it was a great opportunity to be here, and it's been great. So
yeah, we're really pleased to have that perspective, and I think we just were in a session where you talked about your dealer groups asking about this a lot more than ever, ETA especially.
For sure, yeah. Our National Dealer Council Chairman, Tom McMiniman, has made it a mission that we will improve ETAs under his watch, and we're looking at all the different solutions, and it's been great being here because there's a lot of people that we're actually already talking to about how to manage this business, part of our business better, and get more accurate information to our customers and our dealers about when these cars are actually going to hit.
So working with your vehicle logistics department and your dealers and customers, are you already seeing a difference in how you collaborate, work together, share information?
For sure, yeah. My team is responsible for distribution, which is basically the allocation of the vehicles to the dealers. The new goals team is responsible for getting the cars from point A to point B. We're working together every day. We have a weekly supply chain call on Wednesday afternoon where we talk about all the issues that we have and the potential solutions. On top of that, we're tracking and measuring on my side the accuracy of our ETAs and then manually adjusting ETAs for literally thousands of cars twice a week actually, to make sure we get the dealers and the customers the best information possible. And then third, we're working on ways to automate that process and make it a permanent part of what Volkswagen does to help benefit our retailers across the country and our customers.
So a lot more focus on updating that ETA to get it accurate. Are you also adapting the way you do the allocation? Is that becoming a more dynamic process?
Yeah, that's a great point. We used to allocate cars pre-production. Now, because we never really know exactly what we're going to be able to build, as Johan de Nysschen, our COO, says, I do a monthly production plan every week. So we only allocate built cars now, and we do that twice a month, where we used to just do it once a month. So they're getting pretty good information about what cars are coming to them, and then every week we issue a production newsletter to all of our dealers that talks about what we actually built and what our forecast is for the coming week. So it's all about transparency and being factual and honest and open with our dealers, and when we don't know something, we just tell them we don't know, and we're doing the best we can to get those answers. So
sharing that information is definitely critical, and we've heard that again and again
Sure.
over the conference today. Clearly there's shortages of vehicles. Everyone is facing that at the moment. Where do you see some of the gaps currently in the visibility that you think and hope will be addressed? Can be addressed soon?
Well, there are gaps everywhere, really, and I'm not sure what's going to be addressed or when it's going to happen. I think we're going to be living with this for quite some time, well into next year. We hear that our production supply is going to get better as we get into Q4, which should help us to close out the year in a strong way. But it's still very uncertain as to what's going to happen. And there seems like every time you think you get past one hurdle, there's another hurdle that's happening, whether it's shutdowns in China or the Ukrainian situation or anything that's happened across the globe. So it's an interesting time, but I think we made the best of it at Volkswagen and really helped to improve our brand over this time as well with the great lineup that we have and taking advantage of the opportunities that are presented to us every day.
So we're seeing strong inventory turns and fill, good demand, profits rising, and yet it's on lower volume, generally speaking, in the industry. Volkswagen has perhaps outperformed the market on market share. Do you think this business model is sustainable to have it so constrained in that way?
Yeah, I think OEMs want to grow their business, especially challenger brands like us in the U.S., where we did 376,000 cars last year. I think we'll be able to do about that same number this year. And that was about a 20% increase from the prior year. So, but our goal for 2023 is going to be substantially higher than that. And I think my colleagues at the other brands, I speak from a long-lived career, they're all going to try and chase market share. So It all comes down to when the opportunity arises to build more cars, how do we manage that? And I think it's more likely that we'll be back in some realm, maybe not quite as far. Maybe you won't have a tolerance to have 120 days supply on the ground anymore, but we never did anyways. So it's just what the competition does and how you follow it, yeah?
Absolutely. Finally, electrification, of course, is important for Volkswagen. We have the ID4, ID Buzz is coming. There's more production going to come out of Chattanooga, as we know. And you've taken an interesting approach with the sales of electrification and the way we spoke on stage with reservation, online reservation model. What do you need from your vehicle logistics partners team to help fulfill, let's say, the ambitions for electrification and to deliver them in this new way?
Yeah, I think that obviously we talked at things I had never considered about the weight of an electric vehicle and capacities and things like that. I mean, in Chattanooga in Q3, Q4 this year, we're going to domesticate ID4 production, and it's going to create a lot more cars coming out of that plant. So we're working every day to find unique and innovative solutions for the capacity constraints that we have in that system. I mean, if it's rail cars, if it's trucks, if it's drivers, whatever it is. And so I think it's been great to be here at Finished Vehicle Logistics and be able to engage with some of these providers that are here that are really providing turnkey solutions for the problems that we face. And while it's not my area of expertise, I know I'm going to be held accountable for that sales number, and it's not going to be a good excuse that you couldn't ship the cars. You know, we didn't have the capacity in the system. Shame on us if we don't have that figured out, yeah?
Absolutely. Well, we've been very pleased to have you here and to share. I think we've learned a lot as well. So thanks again for being with us here at Finished Vehicle Logistics.
Happy to be here. It's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you all as usual for following us here on LinkedIn. We'll have more highlights from the conference over the coming days and on automotivelogistics.media.